Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So let's just dive in and let's start off with this here. So you can look at this as a little bit of a FUD statement, but it's really kind of just looking at the identity check around utilizing the mainnet. And then it also mentions how you have to have an Ethereum wallet that holds QNT in it. And we do see a few discussions around here from like tokenizer, just the way proprietary technology should be. And we do see like, I'm QNT bros, I don't feel so comfy. Imagine thinking Web3 will be anonymous. Now, around this, and also shout out to Tokenizer and also Greg Lund 27, but around this is very interesting, right? We've been looking at a few things that make Quant not so valuable, because you got to find things that are negative for an asset as well if you want to really do your research. You can't be fully biased. You need to understand the value proposition. To me, when we look at what Quant is doing, KYC is going to be utilized on a lot of different aspects around crypto. I know that I'm going to get that comment on this video saying QNT is a worthless ERC20 token. It's on Ethereum, so it's complete garbage, blah, 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 blah. ERC20 does not mean that a token is complete trash. You need to look at the underlying information. Is it an ERC20 token fully, permanently? Or is it an ERC20 token that is blockchain agnostic? Because that is a completely different subject, and Quant actually is. QNT is. What that means is that QNT can transition from, we'll say, Ethereum over to the XRP ledger, or the XRP ledger to Hedera, whatever, right? Which is a big game changer as well. That's why I always say that Quant is in a different realm when it comes to this market. KYC can be scary for some people because, again, it really kind of takes the anonymous factor out of crypto, which I know is a big thing for a lot of people out there. But you got to understand that, listen, this is not your typical project. This, for the most part, like, this is not going to be utilized by me or you. You know, when we look at what Quant really is trying to do, they are focused on the banking sector, the big financial sector. So this, to me, does not scream anything bad. This is not FUD to me. In fact, this actually solidifies Quant's position in this market. I think that it really kind of shows where Quant is focused on. And I do think that they are actually ahead of the curve around regulations, because in regards to regulations, I think that a lot of this, in terms of KYC, is going to be, a must situation. And also, shout out to Three Toe Sloth 1. This week, Oracle released new documentation revealing their global blockchain platform, global internet scale, enterprise grade blockchain infrastructure and orchestration. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, there's no mention of Quant at all within this. Doesn't need to be. All you really need to understand is what they are focused on. And when you look at this, right? So this is globally available. It's connecting organizations across countries and continents. They are leveraging Oracle Blockchain Platform Enterprise Edition, open source Hyperledger Fabric, or other Hyperledger members' nodes. Again, the Enterprise Edition of it. We know that Quant is positioned itself for the enterprise grade sector for interoperability, decentralized ordering. This is through to the blockchain network, enabling greater decentralization, privacy, scalability, resilience, all that kind of stuff. No lock-in, open source based, and fully compatible. And then down here, we kind of get an insight on what they are focused on. So use of the multi-ledger orchestration gateways such as open source Hyperledger Cactus or commercial solutions to integrate with non-fabric blockchains and transfer tokens and other assets, post hashes of permission transactions on public chains, and conduct other cross-ledger business processes. So this, to me, is sort of a multi-chain area. You would need full-on interoperability between those major DLTs, those major ledgers. And then over here, we do see a little bit more of a discussion around OCI, as well as Hyperledger Fabric, which we do know are two big names around Quant. And they do mention the API gateway down here, which when we look at API gateway, we know kind of gets bridged right back to Quant. We know, like I said, Oracle is a big, they're extremely bullish around what Quant is doing. And then over here, we do see a few other things around what they are focused on: asset tokenization, cross-border payments, all that kind of stuff. And then we do see like eKYC and a few other things as well. Really kind of focused on some big use cases, especially for Oracle, which is a giant. And then we do see over here, let smart contracts business logic enable automated updates and trusted transactions across participating organizations. Then the value of the trusted business network goes beyond sharing static information. It's also about conducting trusted transactions, validating ledger updates based on codified rules and triggering events to other systems. Again, all making this fully interconnected, and this is all through API integration. Again, centered on API. This is also mentioning NFTs, a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Like this is huge. I mean, you're looking at financial assets and payments. Tokenized applications exist in real estate, loyalty, reward programs, inventory management, royalties, carbon credits, intellectual property rights, and most lately, unique digital art, collectibles, and a bunch of other stuff. So they are focused fully on tokenization. They're focused on B2B transfers, file transfers. I mean, really, they're hitting every single aspect around tokenization, digitization, and things around even banks as well. And then down here, Oracle is the world's only provider of plug-and-play multi-chain blockchain infrastructure, QNT. Here you guys have it. So this is, I seen this quoted earlier by SanNL11, and I was like, this is actually insane, because we do see being able to execute multiple transactions across different blockchain channels in an atomic manner is crucial to many use cases. No blockchain implementations other than Oracle blockchain platform support such use cases without the need to change existing chain codes and or to introduce different concepts like hash time lock contracts. Again, this is because of what Quant is providing to them. And we do see the underlying 2PC protocol supported by OBP allows not only to execute atomic transactions across different channels of the same blockchain network, but also across different networks and even across multiple resources, OBP and Oracle DB, for example. When exposed as an XA implementation, which can be coordinated by external transaction managers. So this is actually huge. And again, like I said, SanNL11 did tweet this out earlier, and I was like, yeah, this is extremely bullish. The power of QNT's Overledger definitely is something exciting. And we do see, doesn't state QNT per se, and it doesn't. I'm going to be fully honest. Like, there's no discussion here, but it makes sense when you look at the updates already around what Quant is providing to Oracle, and this will play perfectly into that use case, and we know Oracle is extremely bullish on Quant. Then over here as well, we do see buying Bitcoin at 30 cents in 2010. And the reason why I bring this up as well is because, like, I quoted this earlier and I was like, it's crazy how far we have come since 2010. I mean, in 12 years, things have changed rapidly. And it's interesting, right? Because when we look at Bitcoin and when we look at QNT, this is like the token that basically will be very similar to Bitcoin, not in value only, right? But also 33% less supply, and a ton more utility. If there was any other token that was very similar to Bitcoin supply-wise and things like that, it would be QNT. Like, this is my token that I'm betting on becoming the next big thing around this sector. That could be at Bitcoin's levels. Why is that? Well, Quant is so different than anything out there. I mean, like, this is the operating system of tomorrow. I've always said that on this channel. When you look at everything, when you look at all of the connections through APIs, this is the substantial amount of value and volume that could be pushed through Quant. Look at all these big names. Banking APIs, IoT APIs, blockchain APIs, payment APIs, and these all domino effect to massive names out there like XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then you look at other major names like the banking sector, you look at PayPal, e-commerce. I mean, like, this is huge. Then you look at the Overledger operating system itself. Like, this is a little bit more of a broken down image, which we have shared these images in the past. Then here you guys have the full-on Overledger connecting to almost all and any blockchain out there, public, private, whatever. And this is the substantial value behind Quant. In fact, I seen this tweet from Crypto Manny the other day, and I was like, I have to include this in a video at some point in time because it does speak volumes. You know, we do see, I like to watch this clip every now and then to reframe how massive QNT really will be. It makes me want to buy more. What would an operating system of blockchains be worth in the internet of value? And see, like, that is the case. When we look at what Quant is, like, I'm telling you right now, you know, I'm not all in on QNT. Fully transparent. QNT is not the only asset that I hold. And I will never change that. Listen, even if I could go back in time and say for so, let's say that there's a market of 40, 50, 100, 200, 300, or even 1,000 coins, and I had the choice between Bitcoin and a couple other assets, and I already know that Bitcoin's going to be worth, we'll say, $100,000. I still wouldn't just go all in on Bitcoin. It just doesn't make sense to do so. Although I think that QNT has the possibilities of hitting the market cap of something like Microsoft, I'm not going to go all in just because it doesn't make sense to do so. I'm still diverse, but that doesn't take away the fact that I believe that QNT will shock this entire world, and I do think that it could hit the heights of 146.7K per token. Why do I think that? Well, you got to think about what will the value of the operating system of blockchains be worth in the Internet of Value. And I think that this video is very substantial. I think that everyone should go and listen to this video. Shout out to Just a Tech Guy _ for sharing this over on Twitter. But if you guys do want to find this, all you have to do is look up on YouTube Blockchain 24/7 Seminar Gilbert Verdian. This entire video will change your life and your perspective on what QNT is doing. If you had any questions about QNT, if you had any concerns about QNT, I highly advise you to go check this video out because it really does break down the perspective of where things are headed. Listen, we don't know what the value of QNT will be. I do believe that it will be worth more than Microsoft. I think that it will be way more than most of these other major assets that we talk about on a daily basis, just because QNT is bridging it all. I mean, think about it. If you think that Ripple is going to succeed, if you think that Stellar is going to succeed, if you think that Ethereum is going to succeed, Bitcoin, whatever, doesn't matter. Listen, you should all be looking at Quant as well. Like I say, I think everyone should hold at least one QNT. I really do. Because I think that at some point in time, when crypto is mainstream, which is coming, a lot of people argue that crypto has already become mainstream. I don't believe that is the case. I think that we are extremely early. Something like Quant will be fundamental to the core of crypto for its success. And I really do think that it will fuel the success to bridge Web 2 to Web 3 and allow for Web 3 to hit the heights that it is not only deserving to hit, but also for what it's deserving to morph into. And I think that it really kind of starts with, okay, what will the value of Web 3 be? We've seen projections of $140+ trillion. So if that is the case, then yeah, I think that this value for Quant is not that absurd. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on. If you guys have more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, hope that you all have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.